how's it going everybody? My name is Polk, and I've had a ton of requests in the past to do bike checks, and I figured there's no better time to do a bike check than now since I got my brand new 2022 BMX race bike. So in today's video, we're going to be going over all the parts on my new bike. So if I step aside, you can see, obviously, this isn't a Hyper. For the past 2 years, I've ridden for factory Hyper, but in the 2022 season, I will no longer be riding for Hyper, and I will be riding for factory LSG. But that's enough talking, so let's take a look at my new bike. So the biggest difference is the frame. So this is the Mabo HSX 2021 BMX race frame, and the color I got is gray. I think it's very unique. It's a matte light gray, and personally, I love it. And this Mabo is aluminum. I've had a few questions whether it's aluminum or carbon, but yes, this frame is aluminum. And the size I got is a Pro 22, which means it's about a 22-inch top tube. And now that we've looked at the frame, let's take a look at the components. So the first thing we're going to look at are the bars. These are 8-inch box oversized handlebars, and I ran these in the past when I was on WeWis, and I loved them, so I'm happy to have them back. So looking at the same area, we have the grips. These are ODI Ruffian lock-on grips without the flange, and I ran these forever. These are my personal favorite. I've tried other things, but nothing seems to feel as good and last as long as they do, so these are my personal choice. And as we look down from the grips, we have the brake lever. This is the Avid Speed Dial 7 brake lever, and I've never ran this before, but I love the look of it, and I love all the adjustments. So moving on from the brake lever, we have the brake cable. And as you may have seen, this bike does have a disc brake, but I opted to go with the mechanical brake system over the hydraulic brake system. And this is because I think it's much simpler, easier to repair and replace, and there are less issues with it. So this is why I'm running a brake cable over hydraulic. So the next thing we're going to look at is a stem. This is a ProMax 53mm Impact 31.8 stem, and I've also used this one in the past. Now the next few things we have are the box stem lock, because I run the box forks, as well as a ProMax headset. Then as we look down at the piece connected, we have the Box X5 Pro carbon fork. So next thing we're going to look at are the wheels. My tire of choice is a Tioga Powerband 20x185, and this is my personal favorite. I've never had an issue with them. They've seemed to work the best for me, so I use this on all my bikes. And with the tire, we have the ProMax rim, and I've used this for the past 4 seasons, and they've been great, so I'm also going to continue to run these. And if we take a look at the hub, we have the Onyx 20mm through-axle Helix front hub. And connecting this Onyx hub to the ProMax rim, we have HT stainless spokes. Now if I move over here and we look on down the bike, we have the box seat with the carbon post, as well as a ProMax QR1 seat clamp. So with the cranks, these are still 175mm, but I decided to switch to the Box M35 cranks, and lately I've been loving them. They feel super stiff, and I'm really happy with them. And attached to the crank, we have the pedals. These are the HT X2 SX pedals, and I've ran these for over 4 years, and these are the tightest and strongest pedals I've ever found that are double-sided, so this is why I run them. And once again, connected to the crank, we have the Renan 104 BCD 4-bolt chainring. And this is just personal preference, it's not a big deal, but this is what I run. Then in the same area, we have the Praxis Works bottom bracket, as well as the KMC X8 MX chain. And KMC has been the best for me in the past, so I continue to run KMC. So next thing we're going to look at is one of the most unique things on this bike, and that's the chain tensioner. As we can see, there's a fixed rear axle, which means you can't move the rear wheel to adjust the chain. So this is the chain tensioner design that Mabo came up with, and personally, I love it. I think it's much easier, and it's very nice. Then, as we look back down here, we have the Avid BB7 brake caliper, as well as a 120mm disc. Then once again, looking at the tires, this is the Tioga Powerblock 20x1.75, and once again, this is my favorite tire I've ever ridden. I think it's the grippiest, I think it's the best, so I continue to run it on all my bikes. And similarly, we have another ProMax rim on the rear. Once again, ran this for many years, and it works great. Then, looking at the hub, we have the Onyx Ultra SS 15mm through-axle rear hub that supports a disc, and this is equipped with an Onyx Ultra SS cog. And last but not least, we have the spokes, and these are the same as the front wheel, which are HT stainless spokes. So that's it for this bike check. I hope you all like my bike. I love it, and personally, it's one of my favorite bikes I've ever had. Hopefully, this bike is capable of winning races, and we will put it to the test very soon at the USA BMX National Season Opener in Las Vegas. But that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you all in the next one.